What's going on, y'all? Today's video is going to be a little more candid, kind of more so from the heart. I kind of like to script my stuff out and kind of think and talk through things, but this is just kind of where my mental is at kind of video. And it's about content creation. I mean, if you looked at the title of the thumbnail, and for, a few months now, maybe even like halfway through the year, I've been kind of questioning, my will to do content creation, or rather just like what lies at the end of the road for me. Because let me take a step back. I am in America, I'm in the United States, so that should tell you, if you've been on social media, you probably know to a certain extent. If you don't know anything, that's fine. Essentially what's going on is freedom of speech is kind of seeing some serious decrease in stock, if you will. This whole year, since January, it's been kind of going downhill, and it's gotten even more rapid over the last couple of months. And the reason why I bring that up is when it comes to content creation, for me as a small creator, my only choices are Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I feel like that's really it. Those are the four big platforms. I mean, Twitter, if you want to throw that on there, but Twitter's never worked for me. And honestly, most of the other platforms haven't either. Twitch is not something that you grow on by yourself. TikTok and YouTube can be good. IG, I don't know what the formula is for it. I've been posting videos on there and stuff, but I haven't really done the research, so I'm not going to complain too much about Instagram. But I know that simply posting YouTube shorts, TikTok shorts have relatively done well for me over the last couple of years. Well, now it looks like, TikTok, as of a few days ago, has been sold, or a deal has been made to where Oracle, which is a United States owned company, is going to be handling things and changing the algorithm for TikTok for US members. I don't know if that's the right word. US users might be the better word. And I know, I can't say I know, but I have a strong feeling that there might be a guy, I'll just say it, Zuckerberg is probably going to be behind it in this, behind the scenes. And if IG isn't working for me, I never really tried Facebook. I hate Facebook. As soon as I learned that he was trying to get rid of TikTok, I swore off of Facebook. I didn't care too much for IG. I was just kind of taking a shot from half court. If it caught on, it caught on, but I wasn't holding my breath for a second, but if he's behind it or anything, well, then TikTok is just the next Facebook. They're going to come out with their own whatever app. I'll probably get on it, but I won't do any content creation, just to try and keep tabs. Maybe people will be able to break through the algorithm or whatever. I don't know. But what I do know is that it's become more difficult to do content creation because at this point, 5 days ago, like I said, TikTok got sold off, or is getting sold off, and that's going to happen pretty soon, I'm sure, which just leaves me with two choices. Twitch, which you cannot grow on that platform by yourself, and YouTube, which I've kind of done off and on. I would be lying if I said I was consistent. I would upload 2 or 3 videos a week, but it would be hard for me to stay with it. I'm trying my absolute best right now to post just about every day a YouTube video, but I hate doing thumbnails. But hopefully I can scrap together some decent thumbnails, some decent titles to where I get some kind of headway. I don't know where that's going to take me. But all that to say is that, I do really enjoy content creation, but the realism is that our outlets for content creation are very, very limited. And I mean, sure, there are people out there making apps. I've heard of something called like Blue Skylight and or Blue Sky, which is kind of like a less toxic Twitter. And there's some other app that I can't think of at the moment that also has the word blue. It might be Skylight, which I'm not familiar with. I might check those apps out and just give it a shot and see what happens. There's Lemon 8, which is like TikTok adjacent. I don't know about that, but it's just kind of like a scramble. But more importantly, I've been on TikTok since 2020, and I took a break, came back in 2023, been trying to build up my platform. I made it to 31K as of right now, and I am proud of that. Is it the most? No, I know there are people out there who have way more followers, millions of likes, etc., where I only have 1.2, but I'm so proud of that accomplishment. But it makes me wonder, like at what point, let's say I invest in another platform and I work and try to build up an audience, etc., and then free speech is taken away, algorithm is changed, and it's all thrown in the trash, and then it's for what? It's like, I mean, of course, it's the same as working for a job, I suppose. You put years into a job, things don't work out, you get fired, you get let go, the business shuts down. I guess it's not that different. So that kind of helped me right there, just having that thought breakthrough. But it's just like, I want to make videos and things like that, but it's just like, there's just other things that are going on that just had me questioning if like content creation will even be a thing, a few months from now. Like they're restricting our social media access. We can't say what we want to say. You know, it's hard enough just to even get your foot through the door, let alone making money on the platforms. I see every day, I'm in like Reddit groups and stuff like that, and I kind of see people come in, oh, my channel just died, you know, it was doing so well for 6 to 8 months, and all of a sudden it just took a nosedive, etc. I see posts like that. I do see people posting their wins too, but it's just like, I don't know, man. I'm going to try and make YouTube videos. I don't know what streaming looks like for me because I've been streaming like almost every day except for like maybe like Tuesday out the week. And even I do stream sometimes on Tuesdays for like the last 2 years. And it's like, you know, I mean, is there a point in me streaming on Twitch, you know, if there's no way to grow, and YouTube, you know, like maybe it's time I put my energy elsewhere. I would love to continue to do content creation, but like, you do have to look at reality. I mean, and of course, maybe it's me. I'm not saying that I'm hot stuff and that everybody wants to watch me, etc. But, you know, I'm thinking about just like the potential. It just feels like the system is trying to grind down small business and content creation to where the only real means of making money is to, you know, get in line, sign up for a corporation, and stay within that corporation's good grace. You can't do anything on social media. You can't have any kind of hot take or anything like that, or you could lose your job. And it just feels like everything's being crushed and grinded down to where, you know, like I said, you have to join that corporate line and you just have to work that 9 to 5 and just live like a simple life, and you can't really do what you want to do. And that's just kind of what it seems like it's moving towards. And I mean, I do have a comfortable job, you know, thank God for that. But it's, I don't know, maybe I need to approach this more as a hobby. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out where my head is at. Where's content creation going? I mean, do I compromise myself morally to join, you know, these new government censored apps? And I mean, I'm not the kind of person who really posts hot takes and things like that. I mean, do I agree with those? I mean, it's funny to even call them hot takes, but you know, I'm not the person to kind of post that kind of stuff. But what if liking one of those videos is enough to get your channel shadow banned and investigated and etc.? You know, it's like, I don't know. It's like, part of me just would rather not be a part of it at all. But like at the same time, if they cut off all social media, then you're blind to the world and you don't really know what's happening around you. So it's like, I feel like you have to partake in some degree. So it's just like, man, it's just like my head is all over the place. Do I want to do videos and stuff like that? Yes, I love content creation. I love trying all different kinds of content, doing skits, gaming reviews, news, etc. I love doing that stuff. I truly do. But it's just like, man, it just seems like it's getting harder and harder to do that, you know. And I could understand to the people out there who live through social media, who make their money, you know, the people who were able to accumulate mass amounts of followers, make good money month to month, etc. I could understand why those people would go from app to app, because that's all they have, you know. And why would you want to go back to, no offense to anyone who works at 9 to 5, I do myself. And I mean, you know, it's not bad, you know, but being able to just wake up, think of content, post it, have fun, and make money from it, you know, doing what you love is different than, you know, doing what you have to do to get by. So I don't fault those who will be moving to those apps and stuff. You know, my head's all over the place. I want to make videos. It's just hard to make videos because I don't know what the future holds. And I would like to think that I'm somewhat of a big picture person, and I don't want to put forth energy into things that I don't know are going to work out. I'm not saying that everything has to be a success, but like, what if 2 months from now we don't even have YouTube anymore? You know what I mean? Like, what if YouTube is gone? What if Twitch is gone? You know? So heavy thoughts, but I'm just kind of worried. Where's content creation going? You know, it's harder to make money from social media apps. It's hard to gain a following. It's hard to post what you want to post without getting canceled and stuff like that. It's become quite the hellscape, you know? But yeah, so that's all I had. If you made it this far, you know, please sub. It would help me out a ton. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure to like the video. Let me know what you think of the thumbnail. I'm trying to keep it simple because I'm just not a thumbnail master. Hopefully I'll get better over time. But yeah, so that's just where my head's at. I just feel like content creation has just been on a pretty mean downslide, but not because content creation itself is a bad thing, but just because of all the things and the systems around it that are kind of pushing it to make it even harder to do what you want to do. So yeah, stay safe, y'all. It's getting crazy out there, or it's been crazy. Sweet dreams if you're watching this before you go to sleep or whatever. Have a good day. Peace out.